Check it out, guys. Kicking it with the PS2 and the Atari Anthology. Yep, those old school games from the 70s. You have to bear with me. Nice. Let's go and load up here and we'll see what we got. Alright. Doing this one-handed and playing a video game one-handed, so let's see how we do. Alright. So the Atari Anthology is directly all the arcade games by Atari that they released, and then the versions they released of those games on the home version, which is the 2600. Now, there's the arcade originals, what you played back in the day in the arcade. Adventure games for the 2600. Action games, arcade at home, like I just discussed. I mean, it was cool. I mean, I didn't mind playing it. Just the graphics it sucked because we used to be able to play in the arcade. Sports games, mind games, space games, casino games, and racing games. So let's hop into the arcade originals. Alright, here we go. Asteroids. That was a damn good game. I love that game. Asteroids Deluxe was awesome too. Battlezone is a 3D game, tank game. That was pretty cool. Black Widow. Centipede. Oh, I played the hell out of that game. That was an awesome game. Crystal Castles was cool. Gravitar, didn't play all that much, but it's alright. Liberator is cool. Lunar Lander. That game I played out of curiosity, it's okay, but really didn't care for all that much. Major Havoc. Millipede was cool. Missile Command, oh man, that game I didn't care for, but I did play it because I got bored. Once again, I wasted a lot of money, quarters on that, trying to figure it out. Pong. This is what started. Oh man. My grandfather gave me and my brother a Pong game for our television, which is the only game, you know, that they had on the thing. It's his very first console. Before Atari came out and had their Pong. Red Baron. Dude, I love this game. It's kind of like Battlezone, 3D-ish, but you're flying a airplane. Space Duel is awesome. Super Breakout. Now, if memory serves me right, Super Breakout and Breakout was developed by Steve Jobs and Wozniak. He used to work for Atari, so pretty cool to hear about all that. Tempest and Warlords. So, let's take a trip to the 70s. Nice. Now, what's cool about this, I'll show you that in a second. Let's do this first. Let's hop into the game. And alright, let's get this straight. I've been playing the fuck out of this game. I love it. So here we go. Now I'm going to try to do this one-handed. Bear with me. Oh, shit. No. Oh, Lord. I don't know how long I do this one-handed. Uh-oh. Shit. Come on. My heart used to pound really fast as a kid playing this game, and the music was fast. Oh! That was a close one. Huh? Sorry, my camera angling sucks when I'm playing. Come on. No. Well, there we go. Alright, let's get out of here. Yes, I want to leave.
Okay.
Yeah, alright. And what I was going to say is cool about this is that they have like bonuses of the games. So check this out. I know some of you appreciate this. There's a little flyer for it. Arcade. The graphics, here you go. We'll go back. The graphics to the system. Little promotional items. And you might want to pause it. It might be going a little bit too fast, but you can read a little bit about what I have to say. And I think this is kind of a little cool. It puts you like behind this, you know, takes you back behind the scenes. That's that sucky version. I mean, don't get me wrong. I played it because I was able to play it at home, Asteroids. But, you know. Alright, let's go back. Let's check out another game here. Oh yeah. Guidance entry. And once again, hit the bonus. Engage talks, you know, about the game. I mean, I really dig how they did all this. How they showed off the game system to you, and how you get to play the game, and read up on the game and all that. It's pretty cool. Alright, let's go back and play Centipede. Alright, bear with me. Shooting and moving. It's hard to do and film. Oh Lord, I'm gonna suck it in the bag. Oh Lord. Sorry with the angling of the camera. I know some of you out there going, come on Jeff, you can do it. Ah! Maybe I can clear around. Maybe. Yes. Alright, we're calling it real here. And the whole idea is just give you a little taste of how cool this game is. And, you know, I'm a big arcade collector, so when I came across this, is really badass. Alright. And you go, like I said, you can go and change up the screens to have the artwork and stuff while you're playing the game, which is just experience. And of course, without it, like you saw with Asteroids. Alright, let's go to Red Baron. I really love this game. So much money went into this game, but God, I got good at it eventually. Alright, here we go. Let's try this. Come on. Ah! Alright. Can't shoot and steer the plane and videotape at the same time too well. Ah! Holy shit. Alright. I'm just getting out of here. It looked a lot easier than it was actually doing it. It was pretty tough. One-handed steering and all that. Once again, you know. Oh yeah, I remember that one had the we could sit down in it. I didn't ever play that. I played the stand-up one that you saw there. I think it's really cool that they do all that, you know? Alright, we get up here. We're on Skydiver now. I have no idea why. Alright. I'm listing on the bottom here all the games, arcade versions, and 2600 versions, as well as I'm going to list the link to the new new Atari box, is what they call it. The link's going to be there too. And what's cool about this here is, like all the other bonus stuff, there's more hidden bonuses. Check it out. the actual manual to the Atari 2600. How cool is that? I remember it. I remember looking through it. I remember not seeing it again ever because, you know, us kids, we figure shit out quickly. Oh, this is going to be cool. This is Nolan Bushnell's little bit information about Atari from the beginning, never shown before until this video. So here we go.
My very first experience with electronic games, if you were to consider them to be video, would be at the University of Utah. At the time, there were about 5 places where there were video screens connected to computers. University of Utah happened to be one. To put this in context, the idea that this may have a broader appeal was really because I was managing the games department at an amusement park summers. That's how I was putting myself through college. And it was very easy to see that the things that you could do with the computer were so much better than the stuff that I was able to put into the arcades. I mean, I can remember one arcade game that had nothing more than a rolling carpet with a little skier on a couple of rods. I mean, and it was making big money. So, you know, you say, hey, I can do better than that. The original company's name was Syzygy. We got that out of the dictionary, and we just thought it was cool. Of course, we were techies and engineers, and the fact that nobody could pronounce it or spell it didn't seem to bother us. People called us Syzygy and Syzygy, and we thought that it was great. The alignment of planets in a gravitational field, you know, and all that sort of stuff. But it turned out when we went to incorporate, we started out as just a partnership. It was already taken by a candle maker in Mendocino. So we had to choose something else. Atari was on the list, and we got the name from the game of Go, which we were playing at the time. And it's a Japanese game, and if I'm about to take a group of your stones, I say Atari, which is sort of like polite warning that you were going to be engulfed. And I thought that was a great aggressive name for a company. Syzygy was started in my daughter's bedroom. Computer Space was actually done in the daughter's bedroom. I had a 3-bedroom house, and I had 2 daughters. So I just put the 2 daughters together and turned her bedroom into the lab. The first game that I did was a game called Computer Space, which was loosely patterned off of the game that Steve Russell did on the PDP-10 at MIT, which sort of went like wildfire throughout the computer environment from 69 through 70. It was a flying saucer and a rocket ship, and you'd fly around and you'd use Newton's first law, and you know, it was cool. And all my friends loved it. All my friends were engineers. People asked me, did you ever think it was going to get this big? And it was difficult to quantify what big was in those days. Yeah, you were doing millions of dollars in sales and that sort of stuff, but in reality, you didn't have a frame of reference. But I can remember driving in one morning and seeing this parking lot, and we'd outgrown the facility, and we had cars parked up and down the street, and the parking lot was completely full and double parked. And I thought to myself, you know, indirectly, games are paying for all these cars. And somehow the physical actuality of a car, and knowing how much that was, and there were so damn many of them, that was kind of a defining moment, because I can remember I said, wow, we've created a monster here. Atari was able to attract the best and the brightest. And you'd get in a room with some of these guys, and the synapses were, and it was almost electricity in the air. And it was such an exciting thing to go after the best and the brightest and be able to bring them in. Because this was at a time in Silicon Valley where everybody was going to the bare cubicle and that sort of thing. We put in offices and hot tubs and various things. Well, it was very, very interesting. I mean, it was the early 70s in Silicon Valley, in California. A lot of hippies and rock music, and we were very young. And it was a kind of, in a way, we decided that it was going to be a little bit of a social experience, or experiment. And we had all kinds of company benefits and parties and things like that. I remember that when we went to get health insurance, that the health insurance guys had never seen a demographic that was so young. I mean, Al Alcorn was 27, I was 29. and I think the oldest guy we had was like 38. And a lot of our line workers were 17, 18, 19. And so they just never seen that kind of demographic in a company of, I think we're up to 200 employees at the time, 300. And so we got this, we got dental, we got the eyeglasses, prescriptions for virtually nothing because of the statistics. But they made one mistake. They put in orthodontia. And so many of the girls on the line were young enough, they said, I've always wanted to get my teeth straightened. And so I looked out one day and the whole line was sporting new braces. Atari grew without venture capital. We didn't have a penny of venture capital until we were about 40 million in sales. And so as a result, we were constantly out of money because we were, collecting money and paying. And I literally sweat every payroll because, you'd say, do we have enough money in the bank for payroll? The answer was no. Who can I call up to collect some bills? And it was just a fight and a push and a fight and a push. And I actually think that I wouldn't have sold Atari if I'd have just taken a vacation. But I was tired. It was a fight, it was a struggle. And all of a sudden somebody comes along and offers you more money than you ever thought you were going to be worth. And you say, why not?
Wow, how cool is that, huh? All right, let's go back here. And let's just take it out. Let's kick it here. With Pong, let's start it off. We'll sign off with this. I remember my brother and I playing this game. It's the only game on TV, and we didn't care because we could play Pong, and it was cool back then. We got really good at it. Me? Not so well, apparently. Hold on. Damn it. I swear to you, I was better at this. I guess because I'm trying to tape and play at the same time. Alright, well, hell. Well, guys, you take care. I'm going to go ahead and try to remaster this game. There you go. I'm going to try to remaster this like I used to back in the day. Alright, kicking it 70 styles. Rock and roll. Layers, man.